Welcome into Landon Sports Network, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday, as I call it, Demotivational Monday. Today on the show, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having about a 30-minute live stream today, ladies and gentlemen, as we have our gut reaction to the Iowa spring football game. And also we react, hang out with some friends today. We're going to invite some guests on the show in a little bit to talk about this upcoming 2022 to 2023 Iowa football season. Welcome into the show, everyone. My name is Landon Renk. I am the smartest 13-year-old broadcaster you'll ever see in your life. And I am super excited to have you on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have some fun times tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm very, 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 very excited to have you on the show tonight. As you guys can hear, I have my show playing in the background just so I can see everything going on, ladies and gentlemen. So we welcome you into the stream, and we welcome in our first friend, fellas. I hope you can click the link on the stream, man. Click that link, and I sent you out a link, man, and we're going to get on the show and talk about some Iowa spring football. So about my man, Jonah Voss, make sure to click on the link. I sent you to your school email. Click on the link, get on the show. I apologize, folks. I just had a bloody nose. We'll get Jonah Voss on some insight, folks, in a second. You're watching Landon Sports Network. When we return, our man, Jonah Voss, on the other line. You're watching Landon Sports Network. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Landon Renk back here live. Fellas says it won't let him get on the stream, guys. I'm going to help fix Fellas. So we're going to get this going, folks. Just the beginning of the stream, always, there's not that many viewers. But thanks for our second viewer who's watching, whoever watching. I really appreciate that. So, Jonah, I sent you a link, man. If you, I apologize that it's not letting you. I sent the link. So I'm going to try to fix this. I'm sorry, I have my voice going on in the background here. So, fellas, it looks like you may click the link. So whenever you're ready, fellas, we'll allow you to click that link. I send it out to you. Again, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we got a couple of topics we're going to talk about the show. We're going to open up talking about the Iowa offense, what we saw from the Iowa offense in Iowa spring game. Obviously, I live in Colorado, so I didn't get to see much. But we'll talk about what we saw from the Iowa offense. Did they play good? Did they play bad? We'll talk about that. We will also discuss the various topics in the Tim Lester era as we discuss also the new offensive lineman coming in Iowa. Jacob Bostic transfers out. Well, guess what? Incoming comes in the all-time one of the best Iowa offensive line transfers from North Dakota, coming in with the man Cade Brewrud. So, Jonah Voss, we appreciate you. If you can get on the show in a second, man. Iowa landing their first, most likely confirmed transfer also today. Ed Podolak transferring away from the Iowa football studios. And also as we get ready for the NFL draft coming up, man, on Friday. Very excited to see how the Hawkeyes do. You know, Hawkeyes get a lot of draft picks as always. And I'm really excited just to see, though, where everything goes, man. We appreciate our one viewer watching, as always, Landon Sports Network. So, yeah, as you guys can hear my voice in the background. Looking around, though, a lot of Iowa's starters benched during this game. The spring game, always a great Iowa football game to have folks, as a lot of Iowa players were benched. Well, folks, we hope you can get on the show, guys. I'm going to try to fix this so we can allow guests to get on the show, and it's an interesting thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto the show now, our man, Jonah Voss. Jonah, welcome. Oh, man, happy Monday, demotivational Monday, man. Great to hear from you today, man. A lot of Iowa spring football stuff to get to. How you doing today, man?
Good. How about you?
Doing great. I had my second to last track meet today, so things are going well. Jonah, I don't know if you were at the spring football game this weekend. Did you participate and go?
No, I was not there.
So, Jonah, you were not there. So that's I watched the highlights from it. I don't know if you got to see them in a lot. We got to talk about Deacon Hill with a little bit of improvement, guys. We're going to show you the highlights of the game. And we're going to break down a little bit of film here in a second. But I want to first start up with just the basics behind this. Jonah, Iowa coming in with their new offense coordinator, Tim Lester. Kirk Ferentz coming in as 26 years as the head coach. Also, John Budmeyer, the new Iowa football wide receivers coach. I've already watched these highlights of the spring game, Jonah. Did you get to watch them? Jonah?
Hello?
Jonah, did you get to watch the spring game highlights?
I did get to watch the spring game highlights.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is great because we are going to have it live, guys. And thank you so much, guys. If you go on YouTube and search Iowa football, the second thing that comes up is Landon Sports Network streaming live. So let's check out the 7-minute Iowa spring football highlights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. We'll get this started. We're going to break down a couple of plays. We got some film review, Jonah, to set up here. When we get back on the show on Landon Sports Network, we got Iowa spring football review. You're watching Landon Sports Network. Landon Renk, Jonah Voss. Well, welcome back to Landon Sports Network, everybody. We are going to be breaking down some Iowa Hawkeye spring football film with my man Jonah Voss, guys. Breaking it all down right now, Jonah. Trying to get the brightness down here so you guys can see my TV. We're going to break down a couple of stuff. We got a lot of highlights from Iowa third-string quarterback Marco Lainez, Jonah, who I think has made some really great improvements over the season. So I'm going to just get this picture here to look a little better here. So hold on a second. That might look a little better now, Jonah. How does that look?
That looks pretty good.
That is way better. Now we can actually see what's going on, Jonah. So we're going to break down a little bit of film here, Jonah, starting from the top. So, Jonah, here we got Iowa starter, third-string quarterback Marco Lainez here. They're setting up from plays from the 8-yard line, 6-yard line here. This is the Iowa second-string defense. You might recognize a couple players from last year. I already noticed Caden Weegan in the backfield right now for those Iowa running backs. He's a second-string running back receiver. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Watch now. We're going to break down a couple of these plays. Nice little touchdown run there by Marco Lainez. Let's go back and break that one down, Jonas. So Marco Lainez, a very mobile quarterback. He says he models his game after Brad Banks, and you see here this Iowa second-string defense getting to the offensive line with some pretty good.
Pause it right now.
Lainez gets on that right leg, and what an athletic move there to juke number 6 in for the touchdown, Jonah. Great play there by Marco Lainez, and you can already tell he could be a very mobile and a threat this year for defenses.
You know, I really liked how he escaped that pocket to the right and wasn't looking for a throw deep into the down when he, unlike Deacon Hill last year. So I think that is a very valuable skill to have.
You wonder if Iowa might put in Marco Lainez for a couple of drawn quarterback rushes. I mean, he can scramble. We saw in the bowl game this year when he came in, a couple of plays led, I believe, a 60-yard drive and ended up getting stopped on 4th down. But he was scrambling, and I think he scrambled out of the 4th and 11, if I'm not mistaken. So some good looks from Marco Lainez. Let's check out our next Iowa highlight. This is going to be big to both Deacon Hill. And Hill completes a nice pass over to, I believe that's Hayden Large, the tight end. So that one, Jonah, Deacon Hill, a little bit of improvement here on the throw here. We'll watch it again. Deacon with a nice strike there to Hayden Large. Large, one of our fullbacks as our starting fullback last year. Really just looks like Deacon Hill hasn't really changed his game much, which isn't something good. But, it was a good throw, but good reception by Hayden Large.
I will say I can really tell that he really worked on his footwork over this offseason.
Yeah, it looks like some good footwork. All right, let's move on to the next one. That one wasn't a very interesting one. We got Hill here from the 50 now. Hill's going to get dropped back here, and there is Caleb Johnson with a nice little catch. Johnson really him and LaShawn Williams were really battling for the first string running back. I would consider, I guess, Johnson our first string running back, even though LaShawn started a couple of games. So I find it very interesting to see who will be Iowa's starting running back this year.
Yep.
So, all right, let's move on to the next one. All right, we got Deacon Hill now from the 20. I mean, Hill's going to dump it off back to Johnson. Johnson's going to get a corner, and he's going to step out of bounds there. Great play there by Caleb. I like Caleb's downhill running. He has a very nice form when he runs with that ball, protects the ball well, hasn't lost many fumbles this year. Actually, in his career, he's never lost a fumble, so good stuff there from Caleb.
Knock on wood.
All right, next play here, we got, I think this is Marco again. Yeah, Marco going to stand back, throw a dart over across the middle to, I think that's Ortsworth. He caught a big, 50-yard reception in the game against Rutgers last year. That's Zach Ortsworth, the tight end. I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm sorry, I was adjusting my TV here. So Marco Lanes doesn't have too strong of an arm, but you see here, he's going to get nice footwork. Throws a little bit high, but nice in there to Ortsworth. So a good catch there. Marco Lane is definitely one thing he struggles with is throwing that football. So good to see him get a good completion there. All right, let's move on to our next play. All right, Jonah, let's move on to our next play here. Seeing some Marco Lanes, lots of Lanes action. I believe this is going to be some Lanes action here too. So this is going to be Marco. Marco going to take the snap. See, he is a very mobile quarterback, going to throw the ball. Interesting throw. What a catch by Caleb Brown. This is why Iowa gets Brown. He's a very athletic guy, and he can make those catches right there as we see. Nice catch there by Caleb Brown.
You know, I think it will be interesting because obviously we will have Cade be our starting quarterback this year, but I think it's going to be an interesting battle for that second-string quarterback.
I think Marco should win the job, even though Deacon might be the better passer. I just feel like Marco is the better quarterback. And Barca Edits watching the stream, folks. We love our man, Barca Edits. Welcome in, Barca. I was hoping you would be on the show tonight, man. We try to reveal your identity. We already gave up by now. I haven't done a stream in a while. So let's keep watching these spring game highlights. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this Iowa offense. It's a little bit different. So here we got Deacon. Deacon going to take the snap. Nice little handoff. That's going to be – is that Jacuzzi and Patterson? Yes, it is Patterson. That would have been a touchdown there. Stop the play there. So Jacuzzi and Patterson, I think, was our third-string running back last year. He had a really nice game against, I believe, Iowa State. I think he could be a dual-threat running back for the Hawkeyes. I think he could be a good third-string running back. Jonah, he has, like I said, a nice downhill attack. So, yeah, it looked pretty good there.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving on here. We're going to have Marco again. Marco, like it how he's very comfortable. You can see he's got the commands. He's ready. Nice job doing some signals there. Marco, I like his footwork. Nice job stepping forward. And what a dart. Is that Lachey? No, it's not. It's 82. That's a second-string tight end. I believe that's one of our new ones. I can't think of what his name was, but it's good to get new tight ends involved there. And a nice throw by Marco Lanes. All right. Now we're going to move into some more Deacon Hill action. Hill, the second string. That's Marco. I thought it was Hill for a second. Nice run here. That's Kamari Moulton. Moulton took 2 touchdowns in last year against Western Michigan. I apologize. That was Marco Linus. I don't know why I thought that was Deacon Hill. Big differences. But that's another Iowa running back, Jonah, talking about Iowa. They got some really good running backs. All 4 of their running backs scored touchdowns last year. So Kamari Moulton got 2 in that win against Western Michigan. All right, Jonah, let's continue on. You still there, man? Jonah? Jonah? Hello, Jonah? Jonah? Folks, we're going to have some technical difficulties. We're going to let Jonah slowly get back on the stream. For right now, we're going to check out some more highlights. Here's Marco Linus handing it off to... Who is that? Number 22. So nice play there. Give it to him. Jonah, we'll wait till you get back on. We'll watch a couple of videos. Here's Deacon. Nice handoff. This is what the man can do. Kamari Moulton off the right edge. Like to see Kamari get into some more action. He could be definitely a dual threat running back. Barca Edits, I know you probably don't watch much Iowa football, but what do you think of this Iowa offense so far? All right, this next play here, we're going to have some more Deke Hill action. Jonah, you back on now? That's a nice catch there by 20. Jonah, you there? Oh, now I do see you, Jonah. Welcome in. I can hear you. Caleb Johnson on the right side here. Nice play. You see, Johnson, Jonah, I know I heard you for a second there. Johnson has a very, very, very nice running attack, and I really like to see how he runs with that ball.
Test.
Jonah, you're on the show. You're live. Jonah? Folks, we can hear Jonah Voss. All right, guys, let's continue on. Jonah Voss, we can hear you there, man. All right, guys, Iowa football. We're back here. Iowa football spring game offense. Breaking down the highlights with me and Jonah Voss here. This is going to be some Lainez action here. Lainez. Actually, this is Hill. I keep getting these two quarterbacks confused. What a nice catch by Caden Weege. I'm going to show that one again. Jonah, you there, man? Jonah. That is one of the nicest touchdowns you're going to see here. Let's break down this film here with Jonah Voss. Jonah, what a nice play there by Deacon Hill. Are you there, man? Oh, we can hear you, Jonah. Jonah?
Hello?
Jonah, we can hear you. Jonah? Jonah, we can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Blah, 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 blah.
Why is my YouTube chat disabled? Jonah Voss? All right, man, let's break down some more Iowa film here until Jonah gets back on, folks. All right, here we go. Deacon Hill, we already saw this one, throws it across the middle. Nice touchdown catch there by Caden Weege. I like the play by Caden. Nice job. I think he could be a second-string wide receiver there on that first-string offense. Here we go. We got a little bit of, looks like some Deacon action. Deacon going to hand the ball off. Nice run, downhill running here. That's number 22 again. Not aware really who 22 is. So here come the Hawks now. Got some more Lainez action. Lainez passing it over the middle. That's his man, number 22 again. Off the seam. Oh, some speed from 22 down the sideline. Great play there, folks. Watching this Iowa spring offense. We got some Marco action again. Kamari. Actually, that's Jacuzzi and Patterson. For some reason, my YouTube chat is disabled, folks, and I apologize about that. I don't know what's going on. We're watching the Iowa offense here, folks. Welcome to Landon Sports Network. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Deacon Hill, little bounce toss there. Nice play downhill running. Here comes Kamari Moulton. Kamari Moulton getting a lot of touches here in the spring game. I really like to see it. Jonah Voss, I'm going to remove you from the stage there, man. And we're going to just kick you for a second. I apologize. Here's a throw across the middle. There's Luke Lachey. Lachey, Iowa's big tight end. Hadn't seen much action from him. And Jonah Voss, man, we can hear you. Jonah, welcome into the show.
Hello?
Jonah, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I don't think you could hear us before. Caleb Brown here getting some more touches. We just saw Luke Lachey, Iowa's starting tight end. Get a catch here, Jonah. Caleb Brown looking nice. I really do feel this Iowa offense having a little bit of difference. Even though they just started putting in this new offense, much more passing. I mean, we've seen a couple of runs, but much more heavy pass-orientated. It's not a lot of play-action passes. We're seeing a lot of deep drops. Here, Lainez, he's going to be that mobile quarterback we know of Marco, and he's going to get a nice little 20-yard scramble there. I'm going to stop the play there. What do you think of that Marco Lainez scramble?
There's a lot of Marco Laney highlights in this, and it's really weird to see him as number 2 in the depth chart going into the spring game, even though he's having all these highlights.
All right, this looks like Marco, definitely not Deacon. All right, Marco going to take the snap, fakes the handoff. Great job, Marco. Scrolling out, rambles, throws it, and that is caught by 81. I believe 81 is, I can't think of what his name is. It's Van something. All right, here we go, Hawkeyes. Marco Lainez's offense, it just looks much more smoother. It reminds me of, I don't know, we obviously never remember Brad Banks, but kind of like a Ricky Stanzi offense back in 2009 and 2010 when we were first born. Here's a run on the outside right side. Is that Caleb? It looked like it was Caleb. So we'll pause here in a little bit. I didn't know how cold it was because it looks like there's barely any people here at the Iowa Spring. Oh, here goes Marco. He might even get to the end zone. Cuts it back 10. Nice. He got down at the 1. Marco Lane is never afraid to take a hit here. Here he is at the 1-yard line. I wonder what Iowa's going to do here. Marco's definitely not a QB sneak guy. Probably going to hand it off here to Jacuzzi Patterson. Now they're going to do a little bit of motion. Marco rolls out. Nice play. Marco Lane is going to get there right there. That's what I'm talking about, man. Barca Edits coming and emailing me and saying, yo, the chat disappeared. Yeah, I'm aware, man, that the chat did disappear. Wait, Barca Edits just emailed me. That's crazy. All right, Deacon Hill right there. Caleb Brown, dump off. All right, we're going to pause it here, Jonah. What do you like so far from this Iowa offense?
It just seems more explosive than last year. Just a little more connected almost, too.
Definitely agree with that, man. Our man Barca Edits coming and emailing me, which I like. So here we go. We got some Deacon action. I don't think we saw any Cade. I think he was only there just doing some flat foot throws. Here's Deacon now. Deacon, nice throw across the middle. Caleb Brown, wow. Athletic guy. Brown's going to take it home. Caleb Brown going to take it all the way down to the 30. And I really think Caleb Brown as our wide receiver 1 this year looks really good. I kind of like Caleb Brown and Marco Lane is on the field at the same time.
You know Caleb Brown's a running back?
He can be listed as a running back?
Yeah.
That's Orsworth again. And Barca Edits, man, we know the chat has disappeared. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. I'll make sure to contact me and Jonah just hanging out. We're also going to talk about the new Iowa offensive lineman transfer in a little bit here on the show. We're watching some Marco Lane's action. Lane's nice start. Could have been picked there. And that is number 8. Again, that's Terrell Washington Jr. Man, we know the chat is disabled. Who's ever watching, we apologize, folks. If you would like, after the stream, comment down below. Marco Lane is a good QB sneak there. All right, we got the now 3rd-string quarterback, and this is, I forget what his name is. This is the 4th-string, the new one. Oh, here comes Terrell Washington. Washington down the sideline. He is gone. 62-yard touchdown. That might have been the best highlight of the day. I think we got to replay that again. That right there, the big cap run. I forget what the 4th-string quarterback's name is. I'll get his name here in a second, but watch this here from the 42-yard line. It's going to be a 58-yard rushing touchdown. Nice blocking on the edge. Iowa defender just can't get there, and he is gone. Great run there by Terrell Washington, the 5th-string running back. I mean, man, Iowa's got so many running backs. Running back view here in Iowa City. All right, we got a couple more here. This is the 4th-string, and again, fakes the handoff. Nice bootleg there at 81. Iowa's offense, man, they're looking real good. And that is Iowa's offense, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about what we see. Welcome back to Landon Sports Network, everybody. Jonah Voss alongside with Landon Renk. All right, Jonah, we saw some Iowa offense. I'm pretty impressed. I'm going to talk about my 5 takeaways, and then I'll let you take your 5 takeaways away from the Iowa offense under Tim Lester. Here's my first takeaway, and it's a basic one. This is a young Iowa offense, ladies and gentlemen. This is an Iowa offense that has only been under Tim Lester now for 2 months. I think this Iowa offense has a lot more to grow over the summer. I think they're going to be a lot more versatile. I think they're going to be a lot more – they're going to attack more. I think it's going to be less run-oriented. And I really like where this Iowa offense is going right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I really think where we're going right now at the University of Iowa with the offense is great. That's my first takeaway. What's yours?
I think my first takeaway is it's a lot more. We're getting our quarterback out of the pocket and giving him more choice of what to do instead of keeping him in a position where he just has to sit there and wait for his receivers to get open.
That's a great point, though. We saw a lot of Marco Lanes. He was kind of the star of the spring game. I really liked, though, what I saw from Linus. Obviously, Linus is only a sophomore. And here's the thing, Jonah. I'm wondering, man, Kate only has 1 more year. I feel like Hawkeye fans aren't really worried about this. Who is going to be the Iowa football starter next year at quarterback? And that's a question that we have a whole year to figure out. Deacon Hill only a junior this year. He'll have 2 years of eligibility. We would always hope that Deacon never starts again in an Iowa uniform. But you never know what will happen, Jonah. Now, Jonah, my second takeaway for me is the running backs. I feel like Iowa running backs are very underestimated. You got Caleb Johnson, LaShawn Williams, Jacuzzi Patterson, Kamari Moulton, Terrell Washington, and Caden Weegan. Caden Weegan is going to be the punt returner / kick returner. Caleb Johnson, starting running back. They're going to switch around with LaShawn. You can put in Jacuzzi and Patterson every once in a while. Terrell Washington, Kamari Moulton. I think that Iowa running back group is stacked. I think they are very fast guys. They have a lot of good training, and they're really fast. And it's hard to tackle them, and I really like where Iowa's running backs are right now.
That's a very valid point. My second takeaway is going to be the Iowa defense just coming back and having a stellar year, and that is going to be the key to Iowa's success. If they can come back and hold the opposing team to 13.2 points a game again, we could be destined for some great things this year.
Indeed, we could, Jonah. You never know, man. And I think this Iowa, I'm going to go with my third takeaway here. It's going to be the Iowa corners. I didn't show any of the defensive highlights from the Iowa spring game. We're just going to break down the offense here, and we'll talk a little bit about that new O-line transfer in a second. But, I mean, Jonah, it is a question of the matter is this Iowa defense. It feels like year in and year out, they're just good again. And I'm very interested to see how they're going to be the corners without Cooper DeJean. I mean, we know Sebastian Castro coming back, Quinn Schulte. Great guys there that can intercept that ball. The D line's coming back big. Nick Jackson's returning. I believe who am I thinking of? Jay Higgins is returning. So I really think where this Iowa defense is going to be is my third takeaway.
I think my third takeaway is going to be the Iowa tight ends, tight end university. Just making sure that they get their touches. That will be key to moving the ball down the field with our tight ends last season got more touches than our wide receivers. So just need to continually feed those tight ends and get yards.
All right. Sorry about that. My camera went off for a second. I think the Iowa O-line is going to be a big thing for me. I think Iowa's O-line is always the question. How good is Iowa? Sorry, folks. How good is Iowa's O-line going to be? They took a step back. I feel like they took a step forward, Jonah. That's really my fourth takeaway is how good is the Iowa offensive line. I liked some of the blocking. I mean, I'm not going to lie. A lot of the starters were hurt, so I'll give that. But the Iowa offensive line almost looked better than the Iowa defensive line during that spring game.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Just because that offensive line is just getting them another year of experience really helped them out this last season.
And my fifth takeaway, obviously, the quarterback play. Marco Lainez, very mobile quarterback, but how can Cade McNamara fit into this offense? This is my fifth takeaway. Cade McNamara's got one more season in Iowa, his sixth year. There's no more after this. Cade's probably going to go to the NFL. I would expect him, if he has a good season, to be a 6th, 7th pick round or maybe a free agent. I think Cade could be a good quarterback, and I want to point that out, ladies and gentlemen. I think Cade could be a really good quarterback. Because, folks, we're going to have to cut our show short. We're going to have to end it in about a minute or so. But I think Cade could be a really, really, really good quarterback, Jonah. I think we didn't really just see McNamara last year. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know Cade that well last year. He had played 3.5 games. I was at the Michigan State game when he got hurt. That's my fifth takeaway. How's Cade going to fit in this Iowa offense?
Okay. And my fifth takeaway is going to be controversial takeaway, but I think that if we want to win, then we have to step away from the run game. We have to start moving the ball downfield with something other than a run game. Give us a fighting chance without having to run the ball 30 times a game. Give some Iowa fans something to cheer about.
Well, folks, Jonah Voss and me, we've had some fun tonight. Had to cut the show a little short, folks. Got to go upstairs to eat some dinner. Hey, Nuggets basketball tonight, open up for 30 minutes. Maybe we'll do, if the Nuggets make it again to the NBA Finals, we'll do a little reaction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching Landon Sports Network. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that button. Make sure to subscribe to the man, Jonah Voss. Till we see you again, I'm Landon Renk, Sports Without Sports, the $1 million sports podcast for ESPN. And I'm just a kid with a dream, living out my dreams. Have a great day. Make it the